All right, family. We black again with the general. You already know we're gonna have a fire presentation today. I'm glad you're here to get this truth knowledge. Before we get started, family, I want you to get on over to my Patreon. Got over 500 live streams. We are going live tonight after we get off of YouTube. The visuals gonna be exemplary. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to get over there to see these visuals. Do not miss it. Over 500 exclusive live stream with two popping up this evening. They're gonna be five. You could donate to the general cash app right there in the chat. Also, kingseti.com online marketplace, official General SETI DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry. We got some fly material products over there. Check us out, family. Become a member. Become a member today. Get access to become a member of the General SETI YouTube, Sarah Student SETI YouTube page, and get access to exclusive videos. Yes, indeed. And make sure you subscribe right now. Don't you hesitate. Subscribe, get the video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, comment, just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. And so today we're going to be talking about, when you fall into this you're an ancient man and woman. That's what I always teach. You before all of this shit. You see what I'm saying? But there's some structure to this. You see, when we've been into civilization a long time. And so there's no mistake in our greatness. You feel me? We don't have to fall back on mythologies and shit. And there are some beautiful mythology surrounded by civilization. You see, it's not just no smoke and mirrors and shit like that. And so, but when you start saying that you're an American, and you very well may be born, that's just a period of time, in our existence. And it's like a speck in a motherfucker's eye. It's a speck in a motherfucker's eye. And it belittles us. You understand? To trap ourselves into such a little small little room of about 100 fucking years. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about 100 years since a nigga been a fucking an American. You see, you was property. You was property of American, but you wasn't an American. Blacks became Americans in 1968 with the ratification of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. That's when you became an American. You wasn't a citizen. You was property. They set you free, but you still wasn't a citizen. So you see, you was in purgatory. You see, you was in purgatory, but you did not have no citizenship. Okay, before the Civil War, black people enslaved or free, black people enslaved or free were not legally considered U.S. citizens. So you gonna claim something that don't claim you? And so soon as they let you in the door, you want to show how much you appreciate, sitting on master's lap. You sitting on master's lap, nigga. That's all you doing, nigga, when you use that term, nigga. You want to thank the master, for letting you in so that you can get his house shoes for him. You see, so you can get his newspaper for him, because that's all the fuck you been doing. You ain't been doing nothing else. You see what I'm saying here? You come from great civilizations where you've established the whole nation from the top to the bottom. And here, yet over here, you have fragmented into something but a shadow of yourself. You understand? Wanting to sit on the lap of master. You want the master to play horsey with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to play horsey on master lap. You don't want to get no freedom. And so that's what the hell these niggas over here, you understand, they will promote and then destroy everything, burn every bridge around the people. You see what I'm saying? And put these fake ass niggas from over the water, some fake ass niggas over here, fake ass niggas over there. They all connected by the same frequency. That's why they love each other. They feed off of each other. We need to discard all these niggas. The niggas over there, niggas over here, discard all they at. You see what I'm saying? And we thank a lot of you niggas for bringing these niggas up over there, and we thank these niggas up over there for bringing you niggas up because we see you niggas for the same way we see them niggas. All of y'all are the same frequency. Everybody got a beef with the Pan-African because we have attacked something critical that they hold so dear, especially the love of that damn white Jesus. I just got to be 100 with you, man. I just get that buttermilk Jesus that they love so damn much. You see the church, the Freemasonry. We got a lot of people, that, want to see, the information, that we've brought forth discarded. So you see that Donald Trump has this thing going on where he's trying to clear out all the information that is not in alignment with this quote unquote great America and shit, and so anything that could be a stain on America, then they get rid of it and shit, try to get rid. And so this is what these niggas being henchmen of that agenda, what they're trying to do, but they cannot do it because the facts is the motherfucking facts. Ain't no getting around it. So a lot of these niggas, they can claim to be this, but you live in a lie. You got a cross on your neck. You're in the church, nigga. That's fabricated. Then, and what's crazy about this shit? What's crazy about this shit? I'm glad a lot of people's is in the house, and it's a beautiful thing. Listen to this, the irony of this. I'm glad my family is in the house. Listen to the irony of this. Now, people, listen to me. They could be all this quote unquote Black American, foundational American. They Christians though. And in the Bible, it talks about the lineages of nations. And America ain't even in that lineage. There's no nation nowhere over here in the lineage of the Bible. Straight up. When you talk about Ham, you talk about Shem, you talk about Japheth, you see what I'm saying? There is no lineage of America, but yet and still, a lot of these niggas is Christians. And when they go in the Bible, they talk about Shem, they talk about Ham, they talk about, but where is you in the, that's why it's necessary for them to say, Egypt is over here. See, this is the co-op. You see what I'm saying? This is the hijack. This is the hijack. That's why they had to say, oh, Egypt is over here, because they know that they don't have no lineage in that book. But all these niggas over here hooping and hollering in the church. They hooping and hollering in the church. But ask them, you say, okay, you FBA and shit. And I thought you was supposed to be about here. You supposed to be here. You anything that, when, it's supposed to be about what you done here. Why are your major religion within the FBA, a religion about a people over there in Bethlehem, way over there in the Middle East? And these niggas is going to confuse you and make you believe that Egypt was here, Canaan was here, Jerusalem was over here. They're going to make you and run this psyop on your ass to believe that it's all over here. The Nile is the Mississippi and all this shit. No, the Nile ain't the Mississippi. Nigga, I've been down the Nile. It don't look shit. No, that's the Nile over there in Africa. You see, if you was a fool enough, nigga, who to have seen the greatness, ain't nothing over here in comparison to over there. Just no comparison. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. If a motherfucker make you feel some kind of way about me saying that, I'm going to say it regardless. You understand what I'm saying? When Herodotus went into Egypt, he said, there is no land that I have ever seen, and I done been around the world. He said, there's no land that possessed so many wonders beyond, what did he say, description. There's no other land, man. So you would not mistake the Mississippi for the Nile unless you nigga under some mental duress. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a confused nigga. Ray Charles couldn't make a mistake like that. You see what I'm saying? And you couldn't trick Ray Charles into believing that. You feel me? So this is why. So here it is. I'm showing you the irony in what these niggas is saying. They so worried about that. But see, I didn't crack their code. Nah, motherfucker, once I get on your head, I'm gonna look at all your inconsistencies. And that's one of the greatest inconsistencies is that you trying to emphasize everything about we was here and we didn't have, but the majority of FBA is Christians holding a Bible, which they don't even have a lineage in the Bible because Ham is Egypt, Ethiopia, Canaan, and Punt. Shem, you understand, and his 12 tribes over there was in, of Israel. And then you had Japheth, which supposed to be the Greeks and the Romans and shit. So the people over, and that's why the Mormons came over here and tricked, whoever else was over here and came with that for the pale man that came later after the African to give him a place. They created the Book of Mormon for them. They didn't have no lineage in the Bible, so they had to make up a story that some Israelites, I believe, during the time, I believe after the destruction of Jerusalem, they supposedly sailed off and came to the west. And they, and so they had them supposedly two tribes that, in the Book of Mormon and gave them a lineage to the Bible. Other than that, they didn't have no lineage. So how is it that majority of FBA and these niggas over here are Christians and they don't have no lineage in that book for over here? That's bullshit. You niggas is now I see what's going on. I see exactly what's going on. You a bunch of hypocrites. You a bunch of goddamn hypocrites. And another thing, let me get in here. Say hearts out to the Sudanese. Yeah, and Black Power. Black Power. Please, they need to go on and do away with that with them that Islam shit over there. But anyway, so but we have to understand when we start talking about matter of fact, and because they always quick to bring up Africa, that ain't even the name of it, and then they try to bring up Al Kibulan. And Al Kibulan is still Arabic. You see, America. Now they always bringing up goddamn where Africa was named after Leo Africanus, which is not true. Which is not true. America was named after Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci was the first European to argue clearly that the lands reached by Columbus were not Asia, but an entirely new continent, which we been knew that. So that's who, so this is, so the name America was named after an Italian name, Amerigo Vespucci. Hold on, fam. Yeah, so that's the one thing about it that they quick to bring up this Europe, this Roman, but they don't never bring up Americo Vespucci. So that showed me right there. So this is who you name. Say I'm a foundational black Americo Vespuccian. You see what I'm saying? This is who you. So what was you before Americo Vespucci? Who was you? You see what I'm saying? We understand when people say Africa was named, but that's a lie. That's a lie. Let me show y'all. Okay, let's get this information up here. Listen to this. I put this in here, and I asked Chat GPT, was Africa? This is for all you niggas. No, Africa was not named after Leo Africanus. Fake niggas. Who was Leo Africanus? Leo Africanus, born Al Hassan ibn Muhammad al Wazan, 1494 to 1554, was a North African diplomat and scholar whose writings introduced much of Africa to European audience. But the name Africa existed more than 1,500 years before he was born. Wow. 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 God damn. That ain't even close. Leo Africanus, born Al Hassan ibn Muhammad al Wazan, 1494 to 1554, was a North African diplomat and scholar whose writings introduced much of Africa to European audiences. But the name Africa existed more than 1,500 years before he was born. Where did the name Africa actually come from? Historians do not agree perfectly, but all major theories are ancient, not medieval. The Romans used Africa to refer to the land around Carthage, modern Tunisia, after defeating it in 146 BCE. The Roman province was called Africa Terra, land of the Afri. The name later expanded to the whole continent. Okay, Afri. Who were the Afri? Several ancient writers mention a people near Carthage known as the Afri or Afir. Okay, their name may come from a Berber word meaning cave dwellers or Phoenician root meaning dusty, dry. I don't know what that is. So here we go. Other possibilities: Greek word freak, I freak, without coal. Egyptian word I free, to separate or to border. Less widely accepted Berber word Ifri, K. Why Leo Africanus is not the origin. He lived in the 1500s. The name Africa was already used by the Greeks, 15th century BC, Romans, 2nd century BC, medieval Arab geographers. Leo Africanus' book, Description of Africa, made the term more popular in Europe, but he did not create it. Afar, that's what I was thinking about, our free car. I didn't already, listen, let me show y'all something. And people don't listen to this. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Cause I'm a wordsmith. You feel me? I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So motherfuckers talking shit. They don't even know what they talking about. The term damn near 1,500 years before Leo Africanus. So why do motherfuckers keep lying on that? Let me show y'all something. Nah. The Great Pyramid, the Big Pyramid of Khufu. Okay? So since we won't use it, I'm going to use it as an instrument of warfare since people want to use it. Okay? I'm going to put it, let me put it on 200. Let me put it on 300. Okay, you got Khufu. Now, who's Khufu's son? Y'all know who is the second largest pyramid? Let me show you. What his name? His name was Khafra. You see his name, Khafra? You see his name, Khafra? Now, if you look, all you had to do is separate it right there. Afra, and you put the ka on the end. You see Africa. That's why I spelled it that way. You see Ka Africa. So you can see Africa in Khafra's name. All you have to do is again, I'm gonna show you. Khafra. You see, and all you have to do is add the spirit. You see Ra, you see Af, which is flesh. The flesh, we are the flesh of the spirit of Ra. That's what it says, goddammit. Right there. So ain't no Africa come from no Leo Africanus, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You can find that term off into our vocabulary all over Africa. So ain't no motherfucker invented no Africa. Okay, that's coming from us. You see what I'm saying? So go look it up. Go look it up. Yeah, go look it up. Go look it up, goddammit. And break it down and look at it again and again. You see, go look at it again. So Khafra in Khafra. But anyway, you know, when you dealing with America, you are only a fucking citizen in America until 18. You wasn't an American until 1868. Let me get back up there so I can get to where I need to be. That's right here, yeah, man. So run this shit down. Before the Civil War, black people enslaved or free were not legally considered U.S. citizens. In the 1857 Dred Scott decision, the Supreme Court ruled that black people had no rights of citizenship and could not become U.S. citizens under the Constitution as it existed then. Okay, number two, emancipation in 1863. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation freed enslaved people in Confederate states, but did not grant citizenship. You were not even in 1863. In the 13th Amendment, 1865, abolished slavery nationwide, but did not grant citizenship or civil rights. Okay, in 1864, under the 14th Amendment, full citizenship was granted. You see, so this amendment finally settled that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States. This made former enslaved black people, all black Americans born in the United States, full citizens legally and constitutionally. Now, even with that, black men were not granted the constitutional right to vote to 1870, and black women didn't gain voting rights until 1920 under the 19th Amendment. Under the 19th Amendment, that was in 1920, where black women could vote. So you talking about 1863, emancipation, freedom, not citizenship. Freedom, 1965, 13th Amendment, abolished slavery, not citizenship. 1968, the 14th Amendment granted citizenship. 1870, the 15th Amendment gave black men the right to vote. And in 1920, under the 19th Amendment, black women was allowed to vote for the first time. So this is your Americanism, nigga. You wasn't an American, and really, I mean, what cities? If you can't vote, you can't even vote. I mean, you can't even goddamn vote. So what? I mean, what's good is citizenship. You can't even vote in the motherfucking citizenship. You see what I'm saying? You can't even. Wait a minute. Let me get back on point. You can't even vote in the goddamn citizenship. You see, so what good is that? So you bigging this shit up, and nigga, you really just got on the map, really, and still ain't on the map. You still ain't on the map. So you gonna deny all this, and you been on the planet laying down civilization for hundreds of thousands of years. You gonna deny all of that. You see what I'm saying? And pick up this banner of goddamn slavery, man. You and the crazy shit about it, we just refuted the Leo Africanus. You see what I'm saying? We refuted the Leo Africanus. That the Greeks was calling the North Africa or Afri in the 5th century BC, that the Romans was calling it Afri in the 2nd century BC. All of this was 1500 years before Leo Africanus. So I think we have refuted. You have been adjusted on that. You have now Americo Vespucci is another question at hand. You see, Americo Vespucci is an Italian geographical. You see what I'm saying? He map maker who just lived in what is it, the sixth century, the 15th century. Was it the 15th? I believe the 15th century. So you didn't name yourself after an Italian map maker. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm sick of this shit. So we are refuting all naysayers. We coming with the facts. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna stay on that Leo Africanus for everybody out there bumping their goddamn gums. Don't know what they talking about. You see what I'm saying? They just show you niggas just gum bump out here. But anyway, family, I'll see y'all in a minute. Make sure y'all get over to Patreon. We about to get on Patreon in just a minute. We're gonna knock out our presentations on YouTube, and we about to get to some magnificent visual slides that y'all not gonna want. We got two. Matter of fact, did I leave them up there? I guess I had to put them in the next time. But matter of fact, I could put them in. Matter of fact, let me put them up for y'all. That's right, family. Here we go. The first one, how old is writing in ancient Africa is going down tonight. You should be in the house, family. Don't you dare miss it. Hold on. Hold on. And also we got the other one, and this is gonna really be a powerhouse presentation. I don't want you to miss it. I'm gonna put these some hellified visuals that cannot be refuted. If you miss it, goddamn it, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? Here we go, right here. Let me get it up there for you. Okay. It's a comical fly to the video too. Real comical right there. Let me blow it up for y'all. That's right. What motherfucking pale man say he from Africa. You see, nigga say he from goddamn he's from North America. You see, I'm confused. You see, I'm from Africa, I'm from North America, I'm confused. So we're gonna expose how the world has been turned upside down right now, where everybody has adopted the opposite individual's origin and all looking silly and sillified. So wake up, family. We got it going down this evening. I'll be right back. We got a couple more on YouTube. Then we heading over to Patreon. Don't you dare miss it, family. I'll see y'all in a minute. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.